before the world goes quiet, before your body rests, and before your mind gives in to sleep, there is a sacred moment, a small window of time, where your choices can shape your inner world. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free of interruptions, than your own soul. Retreat to consult your own soul, and then return to face what awaits you." In a world that constantly demands your attention, that fills your evenings with noise, screens, and stress, the Stoics invite us to turn inward, to end each day not with distraction, but with reflection, not with mindless habits, but with meaningful rituals. This video is your evening retreat. We will walk through 7 Stoic habits, practices inspired by Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, to help you build a calmer mind, a stronger spirit, and a more resilient life. Starting tonight, let's begin. 1. Review your day. Enlighten your mind before falling asleep. Every day we live is a new chapter in the book of life. The problem is, most of us write those pages and never go back to read them. Marcus Aurelius, emperor, philosopher, father, despite his busy schedule, still took time every night to write, to look at himself. No embellishments, no excuses, just the truth and the will to grow. He calls them meditations, reminders to himself, not for others to read, but for inner illumination. You can do it too. You don't have to be a philosopher, just a human being who wants to live consciously. Before you go to sleep, stop, turn off all the noise, and ask yourself, have I lived up to my values today? Have I behaved like the person I want to be? What am I good at? What would you do differently if you had the chance again? Epictetus tunoi. Every night before going to sleep, we should ask ourselves, what weakness did I overcome today? What virtue did I practice? What did I leave undone that I ought to have done? This is not an act of judgment, but of self-insight. Imagine, every night is a mini-trial, where you are the witness, the lawyer, and the apprentice. There is no one accusing you. It's just you, and the courage to be honest with yourself. Maybe you lost your temper in traffic today. You forgot to call your loved ones. You put off important things. Admit it. Learn from it. Take the lesson. Then let it go. Seneca once wrote, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." And there is no better moment than before you fall asleep, to take stock of what the day has taught you. If you keep a diary, write it down. If not, close your eyes and think quietly about each hour that has passed. No need to write anything down. Just remember it in your heart. The strange thing is this: if you just take a few minutes to look back, the following days will naturally become clearer. You will act more consciously, be calmer in the face of difficulties, and be more consistent in your chosen path. Self-criticism is a ritual, not to punish, but to awaken. Tonight, look at today with the eyes of a student and sleep with the mind of a warrior, lived with purpose, and ready to do better tomorrow. 2. Eliminate external stimuli. Free your mind from external noise. At the end of the day, Your body may be tired, but your mind still runs. Notifications, messages, deadlines, and the endless scroll of other people's lives. It's no wonder we lay in bed with heavy thoughts. But shallow rest, Marcus Aurelius reminds us, it is in your power to retire into yourself whenever you choose. This is more than silence. It's a return to your inner sanctuary, a conscious choice to step away from noise and step towards stillness. In his time, there were no phones, no email, no constant buzzing of alerts. And yet, even then, Aurelius spoke of the importance of retreating inward. Now, in our hyper-connected world, the need for this retreat is even more urgent. Before bed, turn off your screen, not just for your eyes, but for your soul. Put your phone away. Dim the lights. Let the external world fall away. One layer at a time. Instead of checking one more post, take a few deep breaths. Instead of watching one more episode, watch your thoughts pass, without judgment. This is where the Stoic begins to rebuild himself, in stillness. Not stimulation. Try this. Just 5 minutes. Sit. Breathe. Close your eyes. Let go of the day's noise. Notice how your body feels. Notice the space behind your thoughts. This small act of returning inward can change everything. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And it's true. Most of our anxiety before bed comes not from what's real, but from what we replay again and again. By cutting off the external flow, you reduce the fuel of worry. You slow the stream. You return to center. Your evening is not a time to escape, but a time to realign. Tonight, don't let the outside world decide how you end your day. Choose presence. Choose peace. Choose yourself. 3. Get some physical exercise. Train your body to train your mind. Marcus Aurelius tungviet, "It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." In Stoic philosophy, the body is not just a means of survival, it is a tool for training the will. When you move your body, you not only burn calories, but you also awaken the spirit of a warrior within you. Think about it. How many evenings have you ended up feeling tired, sluggish, saying, "I'm so tired today. I'll work out tomorrow"? But Seneca once said, "While we wait for life, life pass." We wait for the right moment to start living, but in fact, life waits for no one. So start small. A slow walk around the block, some light stretching in the bedroom, or just standing up, feeling alive. You don't need a fancy gym. You don't need to set any records. You just need to move consciously. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show men what they are." And sometimes it's the inner resistance to exercise. That's where you find yourself. Exercise doesn't just help you sleep better, it also reminds you that you have control over your body. Every time you overcome laziness, you build discipline. And discipline, in Stoicism, is the root of freedom. If possible, step outside for a while in the evening. Feel the breath of the wind. Listen to the sounds of the night. walk without a destination in mind. Just let your mind empty of unnecessary thoughts. As you move, your thoughts will begin to slow down. Your heart rate, breathing, and mind will gradually synchronize with each other, and there you will see the body is not just a physical part, it is a companion that helps you practice virtue, practice willpower, and practice the mind. At the end of the day, don't let your body just be a corpse lying around. Let it be a testament to the fact that you lived intentionally. 4. Take a view from above. Look at life from a panoramic perspective. There are days when everything just feels too much. A petty word makes you angry. A small mistake makes you feel like a failure. In those moments, we often forget the most important thing. We are just a small part of the vast universe. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire, yet remained deeply humble, once wrote, "Think of substance in its entirety, of which you have the smallest of shares, and of time in its entirety, of which a brief and momentary span has been assigned to you." He calls it a view from above, from a position where everyday worries become small and forgivable. Imagine you are looking down at yourself from the top of a tall building, then higher still, from the sky, from Earth's orbit, from a star millions of light years away. What do you see? A person worrying about things that will no longer matter in a few days. A heart straining about what other people think. While the rest of the universe takes no notice, we are stuck in our own narrow perspective. But when you open your eyes, everything changes. Epictetus advisus. You are a tiny soul carrying around a corpse. A simple reminder that life is short and anxiety is just a faint echo in an infinite space. Try doing this before going to bed. Close your eyes. Visualize the house you live in. Then it expanded to cities, countries, oceans, planets, and finally the vast universe among billions of stars. You realize all suffering, all anxiety, all anger can be let go, not because they are not important, but because you are no longer controlled by them. Seneca once wrote, "He who looks from above sees clearly. When you step back, you see the big picture, and in that big picture, you see clearly what is worth keeping and what is worth letting go." The view from above does not make you numb, but makes you profound and relieved. You no longer react impulsively. You no longer hold on to things that are not yours. You learn to let go without giving up. And then you fall asleep with the mindset of someone who has transcended emotions, transcended pettiness, and touched a great peace. 5. Contemplate your personal sage. Reflect on your ideal model. Before you close your eyes, before the day is gone forever, take a moment to think about the person you want to become. Who is that person? It could be a role model you admire, a teacher, a philosopher, a father, a mother, or a higher version of yourself. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Mastery of reading and writing requires a master. Still more so, life. To live well, we also need an inner guide." He often imagined Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, and asked himself, "If I were Zeno, what would I do in this situation?" You can do the same. Picture this person clearly. They don't have to be perfect, but they should represent the qualities you aspire to: calm, intelligence, fairness, patience, discipline. Maybe it's Marcus Aurelius, or Seneca, or you, but a version that transcends current limitations. Before you go to bed, ask yourself, today, have I lived up to that ideal? In moments of anger, how did I react? How would the person I admire behave in that situation? You don't have to be perfect like them. You just have to be honest in your efforts to get closer to them every day. Epictetus once said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Models are not just for admiration. They are for guidance. If you failed to keep calm today, learn. If you have acted selfishly, realize it. If you have lived in haste, without mindfulness, turn around. Starting tonight, imagine if the person you respect was seeing you live every day. Would you be proud? No need to be ashamed. No need to hide. Just have the courage to recognize the gap between who you are today and who you want to be. And then, quietly fill that gap, night by night, step by step. Because in the end, role models are not far away. The person you look up to the most could be you in the future. The person who perseveres every day to live up to your values and never gives up. 6. Prepare for mornings. Prepare for tomorrow from tonight. Marcus Aurelius Tungnoi. In your actions, don't procrastinate. In your conversations, don't confuse. In your thoughts, don't wander. In your soul, don't be passive or aggressive. In your life, don't be all about business. He was a big fan of mornings. But here's the thing. Mornings don't start when you wake up. They start the night before. A mind that is well prepared in the evening will be more alert, steady, and proactive the next morning. And that is something that a Stoic never overlooks. You don't need to plan in detail, but try. Prepare the clothes you will wear tomorrow. Clean up your desk so you won't be distracted tomorrow morning. Write down 3 things you want to accomplish and go to bed prepared, not confused. Seneca once warned, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." But living in the present does not mean being unprepared. On the contrary, proactivity is respect for time. It is your way of declaring, "I don't control the future, but I can control how I enter it." The evening is the perfect time to clear your mind of clutter, so you don't take it with you to bed, and so it doesn't dominate your mind in the morning. Imagine one morning you wake up, know what to do. Take your time. Don't panic because you overslept. Don't be frustrated by forgetting something important you were going to do yesterday. A morning like this doesn't come from luck. It comes from intention planted the night before. Epictetus taught, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." And the first thing you can do is prepare for a meaningful night's sleep by laying the foundation for tomorrow. A good day doesn't start with an alarm clock. It starts with clarity in your mind. The night before. So, before you turn off the lights, ask yourself, who do you want to be tomorrow? And what can you do to prepare so that person appears firmly, right from the first steps after opening your eyes. It's not just about preparing for work, it's about preparing for how you live. 7. Spend time with family. Spend time with loved ones. When the day is about to end, when work is put behind us, when the phone goes silent, and the house begins to sink into peaceful darkness, it was time to go back. Not back home, but back to your heart and the people in your life. Marcus Aurelius, an emperor who ruled an entire empire, still chose to kiss his children goodnight every night. He did not see it as an obligation, but as a privilege. He once whispered to himself, "Don't rush this. This might be the last time you do this. It's not guaranteed that either of you will make it through the night." That's not pessimism. That's awareness. Stoicism teaches us that everything we love can be taken away from us at any moment. And that's why we should cherish it more than anything else in the world. Seneca once wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. We fear death, but live as if it were forever. We think there will always be tomorrow. To say, sorry, to ask, how was your day? To hug our child, or look a loved one in the eye and say, thank you for being here." But then time passes, and the moments we miss never come back. Make time for family, even if it's just 15 minutes. Sit down for dinner together, without your phones. Listen to your kids' stories. Hug your partner a little longer, or just look at them closely, as if today is the last time you'll ever do it. Epictetus reminds us that keep death and exile daily before your eyes, along with everything that seems terrible. By doing so, you'll never have a base thought, nor will you have excessive desire. Reflecting on loss, it doesn't make you sad. It helps you live fully, because when you understand what can be lost, you know how to hold it with all your heart. At the end of each day, we can earn more money, complete one more task, watch one more movie, but you can never get back an evening spent with someone you love. Don't let success sweep you away from the warmest place, the embrace of family. Because when all the lights go out and all the applause goes silent, it's just them, the ones who stay with you, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Ket thuk. At the end of the day, you can continue living the same way, or you can start transforming from within. You don't have to change everything at once, just every night. Take a step back, observe, listen, and choose to live consciously. Remember, Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire, but he still made time to write, to reflect, and to become a better person. And if an emperor can do it every night, so can you. A few minutes of silence, a little meditation, a hug for a loved one, a reminder in your journal. It's not just a habit, it's how you build a resilient mind. Use the evening as a restorative ritual, where you let go of what doesn't matter, where you prepare for what's worth living for tomorrow. And as you lay down in bed, in the stillness of the night, know that you have taken another step on your journey to becoming a true Stoic. Thanks for watching. If this content resonates with you, please share it and continue to walk with us on our journey to living deeply, powerfully, and purposefully, wishing you a peaceful night and a steady mind, whatever tomorrow brings.